Shambit Nation team call. What day is it? February 21st, 20 something? Does anyone know what day it is today? 20th, right? No, 21st.
21st, yeah.
Monday was the 20th. Yes, that's fair. Okay, so you guys, as I said, I really wanted to have like a pretty presentation, but I really can't do our team call and not see you guys. I can't be looking at like my presentation stuff in Canva and not seeing you. It just makes me feel, it's just not me. It's just, I wouldn't talk like me. I'd talk like I'm talking to myself, and you don't want to know what that sounds like. Nobody does. So I'm just going to mute everyone. And as I go along, I want you guys to ask any questions you have about our income structure and how we earn. Please put it in the chat, or at the end you can unmute yourself. But I really want just, the reason why I'm doing this call is I looked at, I was trying to figure something out for selling our house. I was trying to figure out my income and everything for what, because it's going to be based on my income now that Brad's on disability. And I'm thankful I've been doing this for more than 3 years, because you have to have, if you're self-employed, you have to have 3 years of income for it to be counted towards your mortgage, for them to say, okay, we can roughly assume you're going to earn this much, so we can qualify you for your mortgage for this much money. So I was just adding it up because we haven't gotten our T4s yet. And just so you guys know, you will get a T4 issued by Team Beachbody. We get them every year. We never used to. They used to just give you like an income statement, but they do now give you it's not a T4, it's a T1 or something, because we're self-employed. So anyways, when I was adding up just last year for myself, I kind of forgot that I earned money through Brad's Business Center too. So at first I was like, oh, it's not bad, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, there's a whole other amount of income that I earned through Brad. So then I added the two together and was really, really pleasantly surprised by the amount. Now I need to say something first. And I think you all know this about me, but when I started this business, it had nothing to do with income, nothing. Like, that's not why I became a coach. I became a coach because I was a mama who wanted to lose weight. That is the only reason I signed up. And it was because Rosa told me I'd save 25% off my Shakeology if I signed up as a coach. So I did. 1 second, guys, just one brief moment. Every time I do a call, Dylan will lick Tuesday and make her growl. It's wonderful. And I tried to lock them out of this room, but then they whine outside that door. So it's like the lesser of two evils. Yes, it is being recorded. It is recording right now. Okay. So as I was saying, I didn't start this to be a coach. I signed this. I registered as a coach to save money on my shake. And I didn't even want that. I signed up for Shakeology because I was told that the people that got the best results used it. So I was like, all right, I will do that. I want the best results. If I'm spending the money on the challenge, like on the program anyways, I want to do it all in. I want to see what this does all together. And as everyone here knows my story, I lost 20 pounds and 20 inches in my first 90-day challenge. And that was doing a program called Les Mills Combat. That was old school. It was like the old school Cour de Force, like kickboxing. It was so fun. It's not even on demand. I wish it was, because they have awesome music in it. It's like 90s power ballads. It's amazing. Anyways, so I lost 20 pounds and 20 inches. And needless to say, people notice that when you lose that amount of weight. And so people were asking me what I was doing and, how I was doing, losing the weight. And I shared with them. And here's Nicola. And so I naturally fell into the business side of this by being an awesome challenger. I wanted the best results. I wanted to be Rosa's star pupil in the challenge group. I wanted her praise every single day. It's like, recognition is like my love language. I like that. So I wanted to be the person that she's like, oh, be like Karina. Look at her eats today. Do that. Like, that was me in a challenge group almost 4 years ago. So that was April of 2013. And so what I've done for you guys is I've broken down my income from month one to month 3, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years, and 3 years, and where that income came from for me. And I will also share my screen at one point so you can see all the lovely amounts in there. I was pleasantly surprised though, you guys. I really need you to understand this. Your income has nothing to do with your rank. Those two things are not actually related. Other than that, when you are a diamond coach, instead of earning $14 per team cycle, you earn $18 per team cycle. And once you hit 2-star diamond, you start qualifying for quarterly bonuses. So that does absolutely play a role in income. But for the most part, what you earn is based on what you do. And I should put a little disclaimer for our income disclaimer statement that the Beachbody does not guarantee any level of income. A coach's income is determined by his or her efforts, skills, and dedication. That's how you earn. So it's not like Beachbody's like, you're going to earn all the money. You signed up. It doesn't work that way. This business, you guys, this income that I've grown is 100% a crap ton of personal development. I would not keep going. I would not keep pushing if it weren't for all the books they tell us to read that I actually read. So when we say read Girl Boss, or when we say read You Are a Badass, or when we say read Good Leaders Ask Great Questions by John C. Maxwell, when we say those things, it's not because we're like, oh, it's a vital behavior, we should mention it. It's because it's what's going to grow your business, is when you grow your mind. It is hands down the reason behind any level of success that I've had. So I really need that to be clear. And this is also a business where failing is encouraged, because every single one of us fails forward towards our goals. And it's the only business I know of where failures are glorified. Because honestly, if you come to me and say, I have had 20 people say no to me today, I'm going to say, way to go, you've talked to 20 people today. That's not failing to me. That's doing your job. Like, that's awesome. And this is one of the only businesses where that would be the thing, right? Like that's a praiseworthy thing, is that you're talking to people and getting no's. And I will say this before I get into the numbers. In order to make an income as a coach, you have to provide value. You have to be more about others than you are about yourselves. And I've said this a zillion times. I heard it from Scotty Hobbs when I first started, that if you're in this to make money, like if you're just like driven to just make money, it's not going to happen. But if you're in it to help others, the money will absolutely follow, because when people know you genuinely care about them, they want to align with you. So you can never look at somebody as if they're a sales opportunity, or as if they're 2 Success Club points, or as if they're what's going to get you to your next rank. They are a human being who is allowing you into their life. And that's a blessing. Like when I think about what people share with us and how we get to know them, and how we come to not just be somebody we've connected with on Facebook, but to become our friends and people we genuinely care about, and we get paid for that. Like, we're paid for building relationships. That is legitimately our job. I can think of no better job, truly, for somebody like me. I'm like, sweet, I get to make friends and make money, cool. But not to dissuade from the fact that this is hard work. Like, I have never once been like, I'm going to put my feet back and just watch the money come rolling in. It doesn't work that way. You have to work. So that being said, I will let you know that and I wanted to share my screen for that. I couldn't see the chat. Did I miss something? Sorry. I would have loved it. I don't know what that was to something. Oh, Less Most Combat. That's what you're saying that in regards to. Okay, just one sec, guys. I'm going to share my screen. Hi, Carsey. I'll get to the right screen to share. I've got a zillion open right now. Okay, so I just joined that. That's a totally different conversation. Sorry, guys. I have all the tabs open all the time. I wanted to show you guys, for one thing, this. Do you see this number here? This $90,540.33. That's my overall income for the entire time I've been a coach. So since April of 2013, that number, I looked at it and I'm like, holy crap. Like, because as you guys know, like, I don't work full-time hours. I really don't. I've always said I could be more effective in the amount of time that I work. But so overall, over the course of the last 3 years, in my business center, I've earned $90,000. And in Brad's business center, I have earned $15,000. So in total, I wrote it down and I said, whoa, because in total, it's $105,966.70 over the last 3 years. That blows my mind, truly, because I don't know, maybe I have earned that in other jobs. I probably have, but I never looked at it. Like, paychecks before were just something that happened, and you paid your bills and you went to Blockbuster, because that's what we used to do. Went to Blockbuster and went to Boston Pizza on a Friday night. That was like our outing for that paycheck. And then we, the rest was gone. We bought our groceries and we didn't have anything extra. Now I look at my paycheck and I know what it stands for, and I know the work that went into it, because I'm the one working for it. Like my old job, it didn't matter if I did my job, I'd still get paid to a certain extent. At some point, they'd finally fire me, but for the most part, I could sit there all day and do nothing and I'd still get paid. This doesn't work that way. This I genuinely have to work at. So let's go back to my screen. Is that me? Yes. So my very first check came on April 10th, 2013 of $90. And I'm sure you guys know this, but if you click on it, you can see what that came from. And I know who that came from. That was 2 challenge packs that I sold that I didn't mean to sell. Look, and those, you know what? Katrina is still a customer of mine. She isn't, like, that's funny. I didn't realize she was one of the first. I knew Amy was, but they're both from a mama's group that I was a part of back in the day, where we all had babies in July of 2012 rather. So anyways, that's where that came from. And here's the thing, with those challenge pack sales, I hadn't meant to sell anything. I didn't even know I had. In fact, I've told you guys before that that first paycheck, that $90 check that came in the mail, because they used to mail them to us, I thought it was a bill, and I was angry because I thought they were somehow charging me for something, and I didn't understand that because they had my credit card. So I'm like, what are they charging me for? Why are they scamming me? I'm so, like, I was livid when I got the envelope in the mail. Until I opened it, I was like, oh, they're giving me money. That's totally fine. And that was $90 US. We used to always be paid in US dollars. So let's go back to my screen. So my very first check was $90, but that's Brad's screen, not mine. Oh, Karina, navigation. You'll notice here, I didn't earn anything from there, from April all the way up until June, because I actually didn't start working as a coach until June of 2013. That $90 just happened by accident. It was 2 moms. I told them what I was doing and they joined with me. But I wasn't trying to work as a coach. I wasn't doing any training. I wasn't being on team calls. That was an accident. That $90 was an accident. But that $90 accident is what got me started in thinking, that was $100 I didn't try to earn. So what would happen if I did try to earn income? So in month 3 of working as a coach, which I equated to being July of 2013, I earned $819. And that check was almost all retail. So it was $819. Well, thank you. I didn't see that, Nicola. Thank you. That check was $819, and it was all retail. I think there was like 2 fast start bonuses. Now that's what you get if you register somebody as a coach over being a customer. You earn a fast start bonus instead of commission. So it's the same amount, like it would be the $40 or $70. It's the same amount, but it's called a fast start bonus instead of a commission. So $819, none from Brad's Business Center because I didn't have Brad signed up yet. 6 months in, which was October 2013, it didn't actually grow very much. It was $913. Again, retail and a couple fast start bonuses, and none through Brad. I didn't sign Brad up properly until October of 2014. I had signed him before that. However, I had him on the wrong leg, and I thought I had to wait 6 months to sign him again. You don't. If they're signing with you, they don't have to wait to re-sign. But anyways, lesson learned. 1 year in, so April of 2014, my income was $1,126. So from $90 in my first month to a year later, $1,000. Now, when I started, I only wanted $200 a month. Like if I was going to be working, I was like, $200 a month is fine. And that $1,000 was still retail. So when I say retail, you guys, to build a business based on retail in this is exhausting. It's hustling and it's selling, and it's not what we're about. Like it's exhausting to earn $1,000 of retail commission, because if you think about that with the payment structure, so we earn 25% commission on challenge packs. That would be on the $164 challenge pack. That would be like a lot. Don't make me math, but that would be a lot of challenge packs, right? Am I right? I feel like it'd be a lot. But that $1,000 that month was almost all retail. I broke it down, and there's very little team bonus in there. A year and a half in, I was at $1,700. 2 years in, I was at $2,000. I'm going to go back to these numbers. But two years in, I was at $2,000. And 2 years in is when it finally started being more team volume bonus over retail. So what that means is, and I want to insert this here because you're going to get this question, and for anyone watching that, because this will be public, I'll upload this publicly, but you will get the question of, is this a pyramid scheme? that is going to be a question, because let's face it, that's not even true. There's not a lot of pyramid schemes out there, but there are a lot of network marketing companies out there doing this wrong and doing this in a very sales icky, yucky way. So we have to set ourselves apart from them some way. As a very prime example, I don't know if you saw my post on my page today, but I did a post about the different prescriptions we're looking at for Brad. And I had somebody private message me and try to sell me their product because they said it would fix him. And it's a product I already know about. I'm not going to say it here because this is public, but it's a product I know about, and it's crap. And they tried to approach me like, oh, I love what you're doing. I love your page. I'm finally being brave enough to reach out to you, blah, blah, blah. This will help him. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm doing a post from my heart and you're trying to sell me a product. That's a network marketer. That is not what we are. Not like that. Not even close. So when people ask you that though, I want you guys to have your answer locked in. The reason why we are so different from we are a pink unicorn. We are completely different than all those other companies in that we existed before the opportunity did. We are the only company out of all of them that the opportunity was born out of an already epic product that was already selling. Our product will still sell whether we're coaches or not. People can go to teambeachbody.com and buy everything we sell as coaches for full price and not have to deal with us at all. They'll get assigned a free coach, but they don't have to go through us. They don't need a distributor to get what we sell, right? So that's what makes us different. Carl, our CEO, you know his name, he created the coach opportunity when he saw that that's where people were coming from. When he saw that people were using the Beachbody forums and talking about how awesome the program was and the results they were getting, he realized those people were getting their friends to sign up. And he's like, because word of mouth is the best advertising there is. We should reward these people for doing this. And that's how the coaching opportunity was born. It's also, and I love that. I love that we're different than all the rest of them. I really do. Because I knew the word Beachbody. That's how I aligned with it being a real company. I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen infomercials. It was for hip hop abs. I totally remember that. So that's one thing. And the other thing is this, in most other companies, you have to sign people up and you're going to be like, whoa, but we do sign people up, because we do. However, you don't just earn money from signing people up. You can't sign up 6 people or 8 people or whatever you want to hit diamond and just earn, like sit back and be like, I'm diamond now. Bring the money, let's do this. It doesn't work that way. The only way you earn as a coach is if you yourself are also being productive. If you yourself are also helping people change their lives, because it's volume, right? I don't want to get too complicated, but I do want you guys to ask questions, but it's based like team volume bonus, what my majority of my income now is. I wouldn't earn team volume bonus if I wasn't producing on both of my legs. If I was just sitting and building and signing people, I wouldn't be earning any money other than the retail commission from signing those people up. So that's another way that we're different. We're a binary system. I'm not sitting up here on the top earning all the money. Any one of you at any time can out earn me on any given day. It's just, it has nothing to do with where you're placed. It has nothing to do with anything other than what you're doing for work, right? So that's just something that I love, that it can't ever be presented as a pyramid, because it's simply not with the way our payment structure works. So just wanted to cover that briefly. That being said, 2 years in, I was earning $2,000. 2.5 years in, I was earning $2,600 plus $700 from Brad's Business Center, so just over $3,000. This is a month, just over $3,000 a month. And 3 years in, this would have been April of 2016, I earned $3,000 and I earned $600 in Brad's Business Center. So about $4,000, just shy of $4,000 in a month between my 2 business centers. Now that being said, it's just grown and grown and grown by me consistently doing the same things all the time. That's the only way my income has grown. I didn't figure out something new and different and tricky to do. I didn't jump into some massive training that taught me all the things and made me exponentially successful. In fact, I bet if I actually applied half the courses I've taken, I'd be earning even more. But I just kept going. Like that little engine that could. I just never stopped. I could have been defeated the first time I had a $350 return from a false customer. I could have been defeated by that and been like, okay, screw this. It's taking my money, not earning me money. But I just took it as a hiccup in the road. No worries, Nicola. Love you. So I wanted to share a month breakdown. So of January 2013, I earned nothing because I wasn't yet working. January 2014, I earned 1,200. January 2015, again, 1,300. It barely went up. 2016, huge jump from 2015 January, where I earned 1,300, to 2016, where I earned just shy of $4,000. And what changed from 2015 to 2016 is I took my focus off of just challenge groups, because they're pivotal. We need them. We have to have them. Like, if we're not helping people get results, we're not being coaches. But I started focusing on, I'm actually earning an income here. I need to be telling people about this. And I started talking to people about the coaching opportunity. Even when you're not earning, sharing your belief from what you've seen other people do is where you speak to the opportunity. So if you can't say I earned $1,000 this week, that's fine. But you can say, oh my goodness, so-and-so just earned this. I can't wait till I'm going to be doing the same. And I know I'm going to, because blank. You know, like, you borrow the story of someone else because you know it's true. And then January of 2017, so this last month, I earned just shy of $5,000 in the month. And that's between my business center and Brad's business center. So when I look at that, the reality of what I'm earning, the reality of what I'm doing to earn that money, is why we have to talk about this more. Like, you guys need to know this is real. You need to know that, other than for the last few months when Brad had, like, you know, he's not been working. So we've been in a different spot financially. My goal always has been to have Brad home, but not like this. And it was supposed to, my income wasn't there yet. It was supposed to be, and it wasn't, because we weren't supposed to be doing this yet. But nonetheless, since June, when he's been off work, we really haven't missed a single mortgage payment. And that blows my mind, because trust me, there were plenty of months that I was trying to call the bank and figure out if there's a way that they could let me skip a payment, just so we didn't feel so panicked. And it's not even that we were okay. If it weren't for credit cards, we wouldn't have been okay. But here's the thing. As of basically when I began as a coach, my credit card was maxed out. I didn't even know if it was going to have money on it for me to purchase my challenge pack when I started. However, I did, and I sold some stuff from around the house to pay it back, so it wasn't completely maxed out. But guess what happens when your credit cards are maxed out? The bank is like, did you know that it looks really bad when your card is at its max? We're going to offer you more money so it doesn't look like you're maxed out. So then you've got more debt. It's not credit. There's more debt for you to use. So up until, I would say, 2 years ago, we were in a constant state of maxed out credit card, paycheck to paycheck living. That was just a given for us. And it wasn't even something that bugged me. I was like, whatever, that's how life works. You can't afford something, you put it on the credit card. You hope you pay it back someday, or maybe when we sell the house, we'll pay it off, or, you know, like, it was just a fact of life. However, as you guys know, I've shared in previous team calls, I started paying back our credit card. And I've got it written on my calendars from last year. It's empty. It's gone somewhere now. But I have my calendars from last year. Every single week when Brad was working, my paycheck, I was putting $500 a week onto our credit card. So I was paying off $2,000 a month onto a credit card that I truly believed we would never have paid off. Now, to be fair, it's still not paid off, because I needed to use it then when Brad went off work. But I think about it, I'm like, I wouldn't even have that money. That card would have been maxed. We would have been completely screwed. We would have had no other option. I don't even know what we would have been doing, to be perfectly honest, had I not paid off the $6,000 that I'd paid off on our credit card. And that's because of this. So when I look at these numbers, I'm not like, oh, look at all that money, because it's not like we're just like rolling in it. But right now, it's incredible for me to say that when I go to check my bank account, I'm shocked that there's still money in it. Like, I'm shocked that it's payday on Thursday and my bank account's not empty. Neither of them. Like, I have my own account for my Beachbody income, because I'm like, that's mine, which is silly, because I consider his income ours, but mine is mine. But I have my own account for my Beachbody income. And since his disability kicked in, our accounts aren't empty anymore, ever. And I don't have to think about it. And I don't, like, I should have a budget, and I'm working on that. Like, there was that Success Club call that was about, from Rachel Cruz, David Ramsey's daughter, about like setting up a budget and stuff. So I am working on that. I want to be a better adult. I'm not like, yay, all the money. Like, but that is a really cool feeling. I went shopping with the kids yesterday and we went to Winners, and for change, I didn't find anything for me, but they had all these cute clothes. And Weston's like, I want a sports hat like daddy. And I want an Adidas set because it's sporty like daddy. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And Sloan found leggings with unicorns. So obviously I bought them, but I didn't have to think, can I afford this? Because I knew I could. So when it comes to our income though, you guys, I did want to share, like when I was saying that the majority of our income now, my income now is team volume. I've got a little bit of retail commission, and we also earn, as you guys know, like subscription commission if people have Beachbody on Demand. But my income now is almost all team volume bonus, because over the course of the last 4 years, I have built a team of people doing what I'm doing. And when I say that, I don't mean I've built a team of people that are selling to people. I mean that I've built Shine Bright Nation strong of women like you guys. You are the team that reach out to people, that put yourselves out there on social media, that share your struggle so that people feel not alone, that share your good days so people feel inspired. You share your workouts to show people they can actually get results from working out at home. Like, you live out loud and show people the reality of what we do. None of us on this team are salespeople, and I love that. I've never gone to any of your pages and been like, why did she post that? Like, I've never done that. Because you guys are doing it the right way. You're simply sharing your story. And it kind of makes me really proud that I can say that, yes, it's team volume bonus, but it's not because I have an army of people selling stuff. That's not what we are, and I love that. Because trust me, there are plenty of teams like that in Beachbody, of which we are not one. So I'm just going to share my screen again because I want to show you guys what that looks like, okay? So when I was talking about I'll show you also my favorite part of our income. Okay, so let's just try this one. February of 2014. So I had $135 of, $135 of retail commission, $58 of subscription, so that's Beachbody on Demand, and a $70 team bonus. So that's team volume bonus. Here's the thing though, I have nothing under matching bonus. And matching bonus means your team is earning. That's what that means. So back to, let's go up to how that's changed. Let's go into a good one. Let's look into February. Actually, that's too many years ago. I want to go into this year. Sorry guys, just one sec. I hate zeros. I'm like, oh, what is that? Oh, we haven't been paid for that week yet. It's okay. Let's go into this one. So August 31st, 2016. I had $104 of retail commission, so a couple challenge packs, $50 of subscription, and I had $864 of team volume bonus. So my income was almost entirely because our team was doing what we're supposed to be doing. And then I did have a wee little bit of team volume bonus. And what team volume bonus is when your teammates earn, you earn a matching bonus. So that week, Candace, Whitney, Cheryl, and Brad all earned. Way to go, Brad. But that's my favorite number. That is the number I want to see grow and grow and grow, not because I want a bigger team volume bonus, but because that means you guys are earning. Like, that means, like, for Whitney, when she sees her team volume and it's or matching bonus, and she sees Ashley and Leslie and Rachel, like, that means her team is doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? And I can't say enough about what that means to me. Like, that's the one I look at. I don't look at the overall number. I look at that one to see what our team is doing, to see how you guys are. And so I can also pour into those of you that are treating this like a business, right? Like, I need this income. This is my family's source of income. This is my job, is to sit here in my basement, reach out to people, help people get results, and share their results. That's literally the simplicity of what we do. It is no more complicated than that. It's not about rank. It's not about trainings. It is about helping people begin their change of life, whether physical or financial. That's what we do. So yeah, I had a different page. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, when I did that overall, like my 2016 has been, of course, my highest earning year because I've been in it longest now. Nice baby girl. She's just so little. 2016 was my highest earning year, and I think that makes sense given I've been at it now for, over 3 years. In 2016, between Brad and I's business centers, we earned $55,000. So $55,000 working part-time from home. And I swear to you guys, I never feel like, oh my gosh, I've got to work now. Like, oh my goodness, I've got to do this. There's no task that we do as a coach that I dread or hate or loathe the day. Like, I don't know about you guys in previous jobs, but there were days of the week that I hated because of the tasks that had to happen on those days of the week, where I was like, oh goody. It's, like I did accounting and receiving and payables at the cable company. I hated it. I hated inputting all the checks. I hated calling all the people to tell them they owed on their cable bill and we were going to disconnect them, and they hated me for calling them. Like, there was a lot of parts of my job that I used to hate. There's nothing about this job that I hate. I love every single thing that we do. I love everything that we stand for. And I love the life change that truly it's provided. And if you think to yourself what you want to earn or what you're currently earning, whether it's $50 or $200 or $1,000, who doesn't need that in their life? Who is the person that's saying, like, I don't need an extra $500. I'm good. It's fine. I've got everything I need, right? Like, even if they have like a savings account and no credit card, that savings account can keep growing. Like, or they can help more people with it. And on that note, I will share something that's very personal to my heart. Ever since I started actually earning as a coach, you guys know I'm a believer, but I have been tithing, because that's something I've never done before. I've never given back to our church. I've always been like, but it's my money. You can't have my money. And I get really uncomfortable when the church talks about money. But here's the thing. I feel like this is so much a blessing, that this is so much of God and from God, that I couldn't possibly have this without him, that I have to give back. Like, it's my brain. I have to. And today I got in the mail my tax receipt from the church for the donations from this year. And I can't believe that over the course of this last year, I've donated at least 10% of my income back to the church. That's huge to me. That's something I've never been able to do. And I didn't miss it. I do it every payday without even thinking. I send it. And I don't say that to be like, look at me. I say that because it means the world to me that I can do that. Like, we recently sponsored one of those compassion children. We have little Tato from Thailand, who we adopted in January. That means the world to me, that I have the extra $50 a month to do that my kids can write a letter to this little girl across the world. Like, it's these little things that would never even have been possible that mean the world to me. Like, that's what I'm working for. Is life change for you guys, is the life change that's provided for me, and the life change that it's going to give to all the people we haven't even talked to yet. Like, that gives me goosebumps when I think of all the people we haven't even reached yet that will benefit from this and what we stand for, and they'll be a part of this, and they're going to radiate more of this out there. That's fantastic. Like, that is freaking exciting to me. So if you guys have any questions, and please feel free to ask technical questions, because I did not get technical at all. Just unmute yourself and ask away. Or don't. Stop talking all at once. Just stop it. Anyone? Ask me something. Alicia's like, I'm just going to look at you. That'll show you. I do want you guys to set some income goals. I want you to set some income goals so I can tell you what it takes to hit that. And so I can align you with behaviors to get to that goal, rather than like busy work that makes you feel like it's not going to happen. Like, it's important to know what you're working towards. Like I say, when I first started, I said $200 a month to help pay for groceries. I didn't know I could earn enough to pay off our credit card. I didn't know I could earn enough to cover our mortgage. I didn't know that. I think that's kind of the beautiful thing. I had no clue what I was doing or why I was doing it. I was just like, this seems fun. Sure, I'll do it. Find more people like that. Yes, Alicia's got goals. She knows what she's doing. Diamond goals. And again, I think that, like I said, that rank doesn't determine your income, and that is true, but there's a reason people go for 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, because that bonus just keeps growing. The company rewards you for doing those things, and I love that. Like, when you hit, say, 5-star, you don't just get the 5-star bonus, you get the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star. And there's no 1-star. You get you get all of those bonuses. It's not just the one. So when people are going for like 10,000 whatnot, it's just awesome. Diamond does sound badass. I totally agree with you. There's a reason I want to be a 5-star Diamond Elite coach. It does make me feel good too. But also because that means I've helped 5 other people get to Diamond, and that's a pretty freaking awesome feeling, right? All right, guys. I hope that if nothing else gave you a little insight into what you can do from year 1 at $90 to year almost 4 at $55,000. It's not a bad jump. And I think it would take a really long time to make that in a regular job and doing something where we're absolutely, truly changing lives. I have no words for how awesome that is. I really don't. So I will let you go. It's going to cut us off. I hope you guys have an awesome night. It was wonderful to see you. Bye.